How do you do? Welcome to Privamnuts Kenya Limited. I am Rita Mukundi, the Operations Director. We are based out of Embu County on the Embu-Siakago Road. We are a processor and an exporter of macadamia nuts. The story of Privamnuts is quite interesting, quite not too long, not too short. We started out in the year 2011. We were based out of Thika, where we were still doing the same thing, but we were doing it on a much smaller scale. For those of you who may not know, Embu has been the largest producer of macadamia nuts, taking about 60% of the Kenyan production. We got into a joint venture with Swiss Gourmet, and we formed the company Privamnuts Swiss Gourmet. At that point, we were able to set up our first operation in Thika town at Monene Industries, very close to Thika High School. And that is how operations began. We started with a few dryers, and then shortly after, demand and supply of the nuts, and we started making our name also. And as we grew, the space that we were occupying was not enough for us. We needed more capacity, more space. And that's where the conversation of getting our own land and constructing this current facility, that is where it began. And luckily in late 2014, we were able to acquire this parcel of land. So in May of 2015, we broke ground. And when we started out, we only started with the receiving area and the production. And what we did was we ensured that at the end of the production line, we had a mezzanine for offices. And that is how the story of Privamnuts EPZ began.
My name is Franco, and I am the production in charge here at Privamnuts. We deal with macadamia nuts, and macadamia is a very important crop to us. It is a crop that originated from Australia, and it is preferred by most people due to its high content in monosaturated fats.
I'm Jacqueline Silani, the head of the nursery and the farm. This is Embu1. As you can see, the leaves are broad and they are somehow thorny. They are not all that thorny, but they are spiking somehow. If you can see the margin lines of the leaves, they are a bit spiky, but it does well in T zone areas. Okay, this is Kiambu. As you can see, the leaves, they are somewhat pinkish, and they are slim and thin, and they are somehow thorny at the margins of the leaves, and they also do well in T zone areas. Kirinyaga 15. This one, their leaves are thorny and they are very slim. They are very slim, as you can see, and they can do well in each region. So this one, it can do well in tea zone areas and also in coffee areas. This is Muranga 20, the same as Kirinyaga. They can do good in tea zone areas and the coffee zone areas.
My name's Peter Moridi Gishabi from Kirinyaga County, Kenya, and I've been this farming for more than 15 years. But for the last 5 years, I've switched to Privamnuts because Privamnuts are having better training, and at the same time, their field officers are more effective than the other companies. At the same time, their prices are more better. They are able to send their field officers to our farms. They check on what we are doing always. At the same time, they give us advice when we are going wrong. When we require any assistance, they come to assist us. That's very important, and I've been able to educate my children through the money I get from the nuts.
My name is Martin Bogo, the head of Quality Assurance Department. Basically, the role of this department is to make sure that we receive the best nuts from the fields. We follow the best processing protocols to ensure that we produce the highest quality of nuts that reach the customer. We get the first weight using our weighbridge, then generate a good received note. The good received note becomes our traceability document, and every product has to be traced to the good received note. Once the good received note has been generated, we do a quality analysis of the raw material, where all the nuts we receive has to meet a certain quality parameter, so that we ensure that our raw materials are in good quality condition. That is in terms of the maturity level of the nuts and the size, so that we can get the desired styles.
Hello, my name is Duncan Simiyu, the head of intake in Privamnuts Kenya Limited. Basically, what we do, we receive nuts from the weighbridge, and we take them through the process of production. But first we start with the hopper. We put our nuts in the hopper to remove some sediments and big residues. From the hopper, we take them through the shakers. From there, they are conveyed into the conveyor belts.
We start by cold brewing to reduce the moisture level to below 10%, and then we proceed to hot brewing, where we use hot air to dry the nuts, and we have a boiler at the facility which uses the byproduct of the cracking process, which are the cells as the fuel. So it takes between 15 and 21 days to dry the nuts. That is from cold brewing to hot brewing until the nuts are dry. Generally, the international standard requires that nuts are processed at below 2% moisture content. So we dry our nuts to below 1.6%. Once the nuts are below 1.6%, it means they are ready for cracking, and they can proceed for cracking.
Here, hygiene is a no-brainer for us. Before accessing production, guys have to be in their correct PPEs, and there is a hand washing facility that is designated for everyone who is accessing our processing facility. We crack the nuts, remove the shells, and then we are left with the edible part. The edible part goes to the further stages of sorting until the product gets to packing. At packing, we know that at that stage there could be some chances of contamination. That is why we have identified packing as a CCP number 1, meaning it is a critical control point. With automation and proper performance monitoring, we have been able to scale up, or rather double our processing capacity.
As I said, we deal with exporting of the kernel, macadamia kernel, which goes out in several styles. We have all the way from style 0 to style 7, a total of 8 styles. So we have style 0, style 1 large, 1S, that is 1 small, style 2, which is a combination of style 1S and 4 large, style 4 large, style 4 small or 4 regular. Then you have style 5, 6, 7, and 8 at times. So we have put in place quite a number of systems to ensure that whatever we are producing for our clients is of the highest quality, and these quality parameters are followed right from the farm gate and into the production process, and also ensuring that once the product is in the seas, it can be able to reach the client still in good status, and the client can also store it up a bit before they use it up. So we have a robust system. We use FSSC 22000 as our food safety system, which is run by a very competent team. We are certified in both conventional and organic macadamia processing. We also have kosher and halal certifications on top of the food safety system that we are running, which is FSSC 22000. Our markets are global. Our major current largest market is in the US, where we are exporting about 60 to 70% of all our product. Then the next comes in Europe, with Netherlands taking the largest share. If you're looking to partner with us, we are open, we are willing, and we are able to bring up your need as requested. Macadamia is not our only interest. We would wish in future that we could also venture into other nuts, such as the cashew nut. We would also want to venture in a dried fruit line, but all this is in the expansion plan. So tune in for more. Thank you.